Alrighty, today we've got our matchup between the Seasonal Rat and GalacticOreo7. So you can see Oreo chose all dealt one on the bottom. Here are their bands, Shard Dragon and Zvar. And now here are their picks. So Rat will be playing as the Spirit of Alliance, and Oreo will be playing as Draz. And so right off the start, he plays Forge Father here, which is kind of nice because if the other person has Cannon Shot, they're not likely to have it in their first hand. So I'm always a fan of a first turn Forge Father play. Rat's going to go ahead and play a Brute 2 across the way, and Oreo will match that with his own Brute 2, which he will give a Demon Hammer. So lots of his cards right now are dependent on how many cards he has in his hand, that he wants to have 6 or more. And Rat's going to go ahead and play a Hunter 2 over in his back corner over there. So now Oreo's going to go ahead and shift that stack to the middle and play a Soldier 3 down across from the Hunters. Looking over here to Rat, he's going to shift the 2 over and play his own Soldier 3 across from the Deep Rock Soldier. Coming over, Oreo's going to go ahead and play a Brute 1 on top of that stack right there. Probably wants to advance it with that. And Rat's going to go ahead and advance his Brute 2 to put some pressure on Oreo here. So looking to Oreo, he's going to go ahead and move up his Deep Rock Soldier 3, kind of baiting a trade, and also put a Crusher Brute 2 down right next to this Ogre Brute. And on Rat's turn, he's just going to go ahead and trade with the Brute 2, and he will also trade with the Soldier 3. So just a couple of flat out trades so far. No advantage really gained or lost by either side so far. Now, Oreo's going to go ahead and advance this stack up, so that does put some pressure on Rat, and he'll also play Faithful Servant, which is nice because that means he could do like double smashing with the Demon Hammer, lots of different things. But Rat's going to go ahead and put this whole stack back in his hand, which does discard the Demon Hammer into the discard pile. And he's also going to play Reckless Chimera to get rid of Faithful Servant, which is a really great play from Rat. It gives him a bit more control of the board state, and it also kills the Faithful Servant for good, which is a very good thing for him. But we are going to go ahead and see Forge Father and the Underchurch Altar here, so we can assume that Oreo's got some ways to generate some cultists, because Altar often works in conjunction with cultists. Rat's going to go ahead and play Spirit of Alliance now, so he can deploy his people anywhere he wants on the battlefield with matching traits. And we'll see Helldiver and Crusher Brute. Now, Helldiver, he's mostly good while there's still cards in the deck, so you definitely want to get him out sooner than later if you're a Delmon player. And we also see Master of the Hunt come out for Rat, so lots of interesting kind of buff up cards on both sides. But this is a nice play from Oreo. He moves up the Crusher Brute 3 and plays Immolation to kill Spirit of Alliance. And I think that's a nice play because with Spirit of Alliance on the board, the Shard Sword just gain access to so many more plays that they wouldn't have access to otherwise. So it's nice for Oreo to get him out early. And then we'll just see a couple more 2s played on both sides. Soldier 2 and Hunter 2, along with a Soldier 2 and Brute 2. So Rat's going to go ahead and trade the Chimera with that Soldier 2 down in the bottom. And then he's also going to draw his last card. Looking over to Oreo, he's going to go ahead and play another Soldier 2 into that corner across from the Master of the Hunt. And he's going to advance this Brute 2 to that Soldier 2. Rat takes that trade, not wanting to get traded up. And then he is going to play the Goblin Elder in that back corner. So that could mean that anyone he puts on the field essentially could be a Hunter and could move unfatigued. Oreo's going to go ahead and advance that Soldier 2 and then also play a Soldier 1 on top of that front stack. And then we see an ambush play by Rat here to put his Goblin Hunter 3 on top of Moth and to attack with him. So that's a nice play by him getting rid of that 2 threat towards those Hunters. Now over here it looks like Oreo's pulled out Draz, so we'll have to see how he utilizes him. He does have a Demon Hammer in his discard pile. And we see some pressure from Rat moving up the Goblin Elder and also pushing the Orc Berserker in that corner so that Draz won't be motivated to move up. Now here we see that Oreo puts his main stack in the middle and deploys a stack of 3 cultists with Recruitment Drive in his gates, getting some buffered and protection right there. Now Rat, he is going to go ahead and take off that top fighter with his Hunter 3. He made the Soldier 1 a Hunter with the Goblin Elder, and then he's going to play Diversion on his Goblin Hunter to put it on his deck, draw it because the card was a Hunter, and then he's going to stack it on top of that one there. So we see a trade up with that Soldier 1, and then Oreo's going to go ahead and shift that Forge Father Helldiver stack back to the middle. And Rat's going to go ahead and kill the Helldiver with the Goblin Hunter 3, and then he'll play a Hunter 1 on top to protect his Hunter 3. Oreo's going to go ahead and deploy, using Draz's ability, a Cultist to the stack with the Demon Hammer. So that puts a lot of pressure on that stack in Rat's Gate, which is made up entirely of 1s and 2s minus the Hunter 3. Then he'll go ahead and kill Goblin Elder and push over the Forge Father. Rat's going to go ahead and move this deck up. And then he's going to look at it for a bit and decide to move his Orc Berserker into his gates. Oreo over here is going to advance the Forge Father. And then he is also going to advance his Draz. Now I assume he didn't have 6 cards at that point. Otherwise I feel like he would have traded the Cultist 1. Or like he would have used the Demon Hammer and then just traded the Forge Father with the Hunter 3. So I can only assume he didn't have 6 cards in his hand at that point. Now he is going to play the Underchurch Reverend, which will gain him more cards if he didn't have 6 in his hand. And he'll also advance Draz. Rat's going to go ahead and trade off that 1 to keep that stack in the middle. And then put a Soldier 1 over to his corner. Draz and the Hunter 3 are going to go ahead and trade. And then Oreo's going to go ahead and move up his stack here for his first action. And I must have missed the second action there, but Rat's going to go ahead and trade those cards off the top and then play Come to Aid to put this Hunter 1 on top of his stack momentarily. And then we're going to see a double deploy of Cultists down here in the bottom right corner from Oreo. So he does have a lot of Cultists out on the field right now. Rat's going to go ahead and take that 1 off the top with his Hunter 2. Then he's going to play another Hunter 1 on top. Looking over here to Oreo, he'll play a 3rd Cultist in that bottom stack. And then he'll go ahead and play Crusher Brute 1 here on the bottom. So Rat, for his turn, he's going to trade the 1s off the top. And then he's going to take that next Cultist with the 2. So he's got some pressure in right there. But Oreo's going to go ahead and move up that stack of Cultists and then play another 1 Brute onto that Gates. So Rat can't double attack there or move into the Gates. He's going to shift over that 1, and then he's going to eat 1 of the Cultists for 1 of his actions. And now Oreo here is going to play Day of Ascension, so all of his Cultists get +1 and count as sacrifice if they die while attacking. So he's going to trade those 2 2s with those 2 Cultists and gain an additional 2 actions at this point. So he still has 2 actions left to go for his turn. He's going to go ahead and advance that Crusher Brute stack into the middle. And then he's also going to play a Cultist down into that space. Now Rat just trades those 1s off of the top, and he was showing that all he had left was Inspiration. And so that's the game. We're just going to go ahead and advance into the Gates. Just got a bit more value there with those Cultists at the end of the day. And here's the bracket currently. This is just a look at the top 16 players. Having the whole 29 made it a bit too much to look at in one page. So here's this current round. You see Rat is out, and Oreo is going to go ahead and play Phosmonot, who won that last round next. So that's it for this video. Next expansion coming super soon. Like and subscribe. We're at 90. Great number. Getting close to that 100. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.